We'd like to welcome Dr. Stopinski here today and ask him a couple of questions about the new projects coming up in the elementary, middle, and high school. So Dr. Stopinski, what are some of the major improvements that are scheduled for the elementary school that you are most excited for?
Well, our elementary school has had some deferred maintenance, and we've not paid as close attention to our roofs, our fire alarm systems, our playgrounds, and other areas. So I'm very excited about adding a brand new playground that will be handicap accessible for our students. If you've ever been to the elementary school in the evening, also adding parking spots for our parents and our grandparents to park and enjoy the performance without having to walk from State Street or Route 31. Also taking a look at our tennis and facility right now. We're going to resurface that for tennis courts and also add a basketball court, we think, for the community to use.
Okay, and if the capital project referendum passes, what kind of timeline should be expected?
Well, once it gets approved by our voters, it takes approximately 5 or 6 months for our architects and engineers to actually finish their design. It then is submitted to the Department of Education for their approval, and then construction can begin once the department approves it. So the earliest we could start the project would be the summer of 20, but we expect that the summer of 21 is when most of the work will be done.
Okay, and can you speak more about the roofing needs at the high school and middle school?
Sure. The average life expectancy of a roof system in a school is about 20 years, and our roofs are well over that at this point. And what happens is over time the sun and the rain and the weather begins to deteriorate the material, which creates leaks. So we're at the point right now that we have to replace them.
Okay, and we'd like to know, why are we putting a playground at the high school when high schoolers don't usually use them?
Sure. When the remediation project was taking place in the district, we had a playground that was near the middle school, and initially built at when Middleport had an elementary school. We took it down because it was out of date and determined that the community really needs to have opportunities to enjoy their children in a playground situation. So it's less for the use of high school students and middle school students, and a whole lot more about allowing the community to have a place to bring their children. Our hope is that parents will walk on the track, they'll utilize our facilities and enjoy their children as they play. We're also looking to add a few elements to the playground at the high school, middle school. One of the recommendations I've heard is to put a horizontal climbing wall, so that perhaps one of the fences of the playground will be for middle school students to be able to actually practice their rock climbing and never be more than 2 feet off the ground.
Okay, and our last question for today is, why are we only replacing the roof in one section of the high school?
When we examine the high school roof systems, a part of the high school is relatively new. It's about 10 years old. When they had done the renovations for the choral spaces and so forth, they had to replace that. And remarkably, the 1911 roof is in very good shape considering its age. So we're not going to be investing our resources there.
Okay, well those are all the questions we have today. So thank you, Dr. Stopinski, for answering all our questions.
Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing many of the community out on May 21st to cast their votes for our project.